Hi, this is Ridea Keeping It Real, and we are getting through the Bible using this Good News Bible. We have finished with the Old Testament. And then, what would you think? The easiest thing to do, what most people do, is they read the Old Testament, then the New Testament. But I cannot do that, right? Because there are so many other books that were written that's not in the King James Version of the Bible. It just has the Old Testament books, New Testament books, 66 books. But there are so many other books, right? The next easiest thing to do is to take this Good News Bible and just start reading the Apocrypha books, right? Because it starts, it ends with the Malachi, which we just read, and it starts the Apocrypha, tells you about the Apocrypha books, and then you start the Apocryphas. However, and I probably would have done that until I got the Cepher. And then, because what I did is, when I got the Cepher just recently, and when I looked at the Cepher, I liked the table of contents. It breaks it down into topical areas, right? The Torah, the instructions, the second books. None of the second books are in the Old Testament or the New Testament or in the Apocrypha. And then you got the prophets. You got the 12 minor prophets. And then it kind of keeps going through the writings, the rolls, Second Temple, Gnostic Gospels, Acts of the Apostles, epistles, Paul's epistles, and then the Gospels, right? So I like that concept of topics, kind of, keeping it all together. So what I did is I wrote those topics down, the ones that I haven't read yet, right? The second books, Jubilees, Enoch, Jasher. I can read those. I have the entire book on that. There's a book. You can buy a book. The books of Enoch, Jubilees, Jasher. Or it's in many other books. It's in, some of it is in the other Bible. Some of it, I found another Bible that in this disc, 120 books of the Holy Bible in the Apocrypha collection. I found that. I don't know even where I found that at. And then you have the Pseudepigrapha, but I think I'm going to read Jubilees, Enoch, and Jasher from the Cepher. Then next up are the prophets. That's what I'm going to start with next. The prophets. The prophets I haven't read. The ones I checked are in this Good News Bible. So next up, that's what we're going to read. These prophets. Need to find Second Baruch. And then after that, the Second Temple. So these are all the ones that ones I checked are the ones that are in this Good News Bible. So I have to find a few of these. So then we're going to start with this. Then we're going to go to this. And then the rolls. And then these writings I'm going to leave for absolutely last, even after we do the New Testament. These are some other books that are in the Apocrypha that are not in the Cepher. And then this, Jubilees, Enoch, and Jasher. I mean, look how much this is that's left out. And I can tell you, the stuff that's in Enoch, Jubilees, and Jasher is important to know. But this is 381 pages, right? So it may take us a while to get through this. It may take us a while to even get to starting the New Testament. That's what I'm trying to say. But these are books that most people don't even know about, don't know where to find, but they're important to read, to decipher. Where does it all fit? Like a puzzle piece. So just letting you know, next up, we're going to stick with going through this book. And next up is going to be Tobit. And I've read a little bit of Tobit already in the past. Next up is Tobit. And then we're probably going to read the Epistle of Jeremiah, 1st Baruch and 2nd Baruch. So, thanks for staying with me. We're between the Old Testament and the New Testament, reading the other books that people don't know about, people don't tell you about, people haven't read. And that's where we are. So, until next time, let's try to keep it real.